There's lots of us. There's a lot of tension in kids, and it's a small space. So there used to be lots of fights between us and the kids, you know.
The school was producing about 13% result. This was one of the worst schools in the West Rand as well as maybe in the province, you see.
Ngoba ndingumuntu ke ongasaphilanga kakuhle angisakhona ubamba zigorobo ndingumuntu ohlela apha ekhaya ndiphila ngayo yona leyo grant ndicunzula kuyo ndiyothenga impuphu.
I-photographer ngokusebenza kodwa ke mina ngithanda ukuzibiza i-photojournalist ngoba xa ngifota I don't only take pictures, ndisebenza nengqondo ukuthi ndifumane i-photo ezo vele nje ndi-press i-button for the sake of pressing button. I'm a senior photographer for the Sunday Times, but my life hasn't always been as rosy as it is now. Say nine ekhaya. It's half brothers and half sisters here and there. Basically PE then, when I was my early primary days. So Baba afonela mama, no, look, I bought a house in Joburg. Come and stay with me at this side, because he used to work in Joburg and we will be mostly that side. So last week, my dad doesn't have a house. Sehlala, you know those contractors, you know, when they manufacture, when they make roads, it was in a push. And then eventually, after a couple of months, my dad then got a stand at Swaneville. We built our shack there. There used to be lots of fights between us and the kids, you know. Then that's when I moved out. I was with my big brother. The love for the cameras began when I was still in primary school. So I used to walk to school on foot. It was a bit of a distance for a youngster like me then. Then he gave me his bicycle, a BMX. So it was Mosplots where I used to stay. So there was this young boy who was almost my age. Then he asked for my bicycle. Then I asked him then, what are you gonna give me in return? He took me to his house. There were a lot of cameras there, you know. Of course, not knowing anything about cameras, he said to me then I must choose. Ndiyawathatha camera in my mind, or benzawatengisa, ndiyothenga enye ibhayisikili futhi and pimp it up as well. So I took about 11 cameras. I remember there's Make and Track, you know, those cameras where you point and shoot. But then kwaba khona le one le xa ndiyithengisa abantu, nah, the camera uphukile, you know, it's broken, wara. I'm like, okay, let me test this camera if it works. Ndayothenga film, afaka, ndaya esikoleni ngomke primary. Then take pictures then of my schoolmates and whatnot. But ke ngoku xa ndiyodevelopa ezithombe, ifumana uba no man, ndibaqhawula intloko nemanyawo, you know, it's not nice pictures, it's just sea bodies. Gradually then I started taking more pictures. Then I started loving what I was doing. Because it was also providing bread for me because I was staying alone at that time. I dropped out of school. Ndasebenza Moses Fruit and Veg, bendiyipheka. So then one teacher by the name of Mem Kama wafika, and I was trying to dodge her, you know. She got there and she was shouting at me, you know, kutheni le nto ubaleka isikolo uclever kangaka, you know. Then I'm embarrassed there, just pretending not to hear and put the stuff. Wathi kumyazini uzandikhumbula uhlele etoilet ngenye imini. As a small boy, andikhathali mos, you know. Now I'm out earning few rands and I don't care what she says. Strange enough, I think a week or two after that, then I'm minding my own business really. I was smoking then, a cigarette. Then her words just rang in my mind. I stood up there, killed my cigarette, the shop, and then I told the guys, I'm quitting. I'm going back to school. After matric, EYFM, when it was starting, they would announce bursaries for photographers. Sahamba nomngani wami, submit izithombe. A few weeks after that, we both got calls to say, look, we must come for interviews. So xa sifika pha, during the interviews, Ulungelo then gets told, no, he's been selected, right? And then I was told, no, I didn't make it. My heart was bleeding, but I soldiered on. And then something quickly came to my mind, said, but you didn't make it. Then register for a short course. Man, what happened was one guy dropped out. Then the guys that did the interviews then went back to their whatever, papers that they used to use to interview us. And then they realized, but I didn't make it, but I still registered. So let them rather bring me on board onto that class. So I would imagine if Ben Gazangan registered, you wouldn't be talking to Simphiwe today. This is my first certificate, really, where I became a runner-up in 2005 when I did the picture story or telling the plight of two twins, whom they were 6 years old. One was HIV positive, the other one was HIV negative. This one, I became a runner-up, guess on what? On the Burning Man. And this award goes together with that certificate there. The picture is titled The Crawling Man. I won it in 2012. This award, I won it recently as I was nominated as a sports photographer of the year. Like SA Sports Photographer of the Year. So it got me this award. This is my proudest moment. There's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows. 2008, there's xenophobic attacks that were happening in our country. So I remember that morning, I was in the CBD. At that moment, I get a call from a source of mine, a policeman who's in the Eastern, to say, look, come to Ramaphosa. This place looks like a war zone. So when we get there, of course, it was a war zone. A lady ran up to me in Zulu. Boti, papi zibashisa umuntu ezansi. Mna and other colleagues, we ran down. So as we were running in that main road in Ramaphosa, there's a guy lying there full of blood. But when he had rubber bullets and cops shooting, then he started moving because I thought he was dead as well. So I just took 2 pictures of him. About 10 or 20 meters away from him, we just saw duvets, blankets, but there's smoke coming out of those things. The cops then started pulling those things away. And then here was this guy then, because he's so unconscious, I would imagine, still alive. And then he tried to stand up, And then his beard had flames. I couldn't believe that people are capable of doing such a thing. In 2011, we were covering the famine in Somalia. It was 10 days, but it felt like 100 days in hell because it's hot. I'd never expected to see people dying when there's no war. Some with old gunshot wounds that really never got treatment. Some die because of cerebral malaria. That place, if there's a place that's closer to hell, or if there's hell, that place is hell. Now the highlights, covering the derby, the sort of derby between Pirates and Chiefs. The most highlight was the World Cup, the 2010 World Cup. Because here you are breathing the same air with these stars, because you are sitting there by the touchline. And seeing them lifting that trophy and also me have frozen that moment with my lens. But my life hasn't always been as rosy as it is now. And there's this one special person that I think came in at the right moment that really helped me. Dr. Joseph came in my life when I really needed a GPS in my life, if you know what I mean. Someone to guide me. He showed me something special, that even if umntwana is not your kid, you must always be like a parent to those kids. So Mr. Joseph and the late Mr. Peter Mukwena, after there was a break-in at school, then they came to us and said, look, we would want you guys to stay in the school and look after the school. But trust me, I didn't take that as an insult because I knew how my background was. that man showing us the way and making sure that we understand how important education was. My life changed there. Because when I was in matric, then I pictured myself as this person who could be better because of him and other teachers, of course. Now I'm on my way to see Dr. Josephs in Kagiso. He's still at Mandisa High School. I'm very nervous. I don't know how his reaction is going to be.
I was born and brought up in India. I had my primary education as well as my first degree there in the University of Kerala. And I left my home country in 1998. I'm a physical science and mathematics teacher. Before I came here, I was teaching in one of the schools in Lenasia South. I was the acting deputy principal there, see. I got a degree, basic degree in physics, chemistry and mathematics with honors. Then I took a further diploma in education from University of Johannesburg. I did my master's as well as my doctorate from the same university. I came in 98. When I came here, the school was producing about 13% result. This was one of the worst schools in the West Rand as well as maybe in the province, you see. It was a very serious challenge anyway we have gone through. But the learners, supported me, the educators supported me, and the parents also stood by me. We worked together, we started there.
I think it's very important to thank Mr. Joseph now. But again, it's a good timing that I won this award. Maybe everything just gelled together because it's his last year now at school. He's retiring. So I think it's nice to do it, It's a good gesture to do it for the men, to show him the appreciation now.
Here is my son. Here's my son. This is my son.
How are you, Dr. Joseph?
Okay. I'm so nice. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Being the
Dr.
best
Joseph.
photographer of the year in South Africa.
Thank you.
You must go up again. Go higher and higher. We are proud of you. I never knew that he's coming today. You surprised me. I was so surprised.
Well, Mr. Joseph, you would know that, I don't know what to say really. I'm also very emotional at this moment, Surely maybe you were just doing whatever you were doing to assist us as students, but it went a long way, and it cuts deep, and it's something that when I look back, I'm really happy about it. So this couldn't have come at the right time though, when it's your year, when you could retire, I've got a little token of appreciation here for you. So I just want to read this for you, Mr. Joseph. Hopefully you can frame this and hang it in your house.
Definitely.
And know that some of us that you taught appreciate every effort that you took to be a parent and a principal at the same time to us. So I just want to read this for you. And you remember you made us stay and you asked us to stay here in the school here at some point, remember that?
Exactly. So, just like yesterday, I remember that one.
Yes. So
and you were taking care of the school also at the same time.
Yes, and also you were assisting us, It says, thanks to you, in appreciation of you, Dr. Joseph, you changed my life, by coming into my life when I was a teenager that was about to lose direction, and you showed me the way. If it wasn't of your leadership, assisted by your team, meaning the teachers, I would be doomed today. I've learned from your examples, right, to pass this kindness onto someone else who may be in need. You have inspired me to pay forward in honor and celebration of people like you. Yours sincerely, that's my name there, Simphiwe Nkwali, Jojo. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, my son.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
You know, I am very emotional now. It is not money, it is not the world. Someone can come and offer me millions of rands. I may not accept that one. But the value of this one I got today, it is the reward of my life. I have always looked after you as my own child. Thank you very much. Money cannot buy this one. I'm so glad that I'm in the hearts of my children. There's no doubt that Jojo is going to become a very successful person. He's not associating with anybody else, even while he was a child here, a learner here. He never ever associated with any young man of his age who was going to do something other than education. We are proud of you. We need people like you in this nation to take our nation forward, to change the nation, to change the problems, the poverty and unemployment and everything. We need people like us to take us forward, you see. We thank you very much that whatever we gave to you, you are taking it forward, take it to the next generation.
I've just left Fruit and Veg, where they gave me lots of groceries, really, you know, to go and pay forward, you know, to whoever family that I've chosen. So now I'm on my way to Swaneville, to gogo, you know, to go pay forward. I'm quite emotional, in fact, you know, the groceries those people gave me, it's unbelievable.
Ndizalelwe Eastern Cape kwindawo ebizwa ngokuthi Lady Frere. Apha eSoneville ndifike ngo1997 ukuza apha eMayibuye ndifike ngo2000. Naba abazukulu bam abathe bandithanda bandibona ukuthi ndingumakhulu wabo ene bandithanda ngoba ndibakhulisile kanzima ndiloko ndiphila nabo. Bangabantwana abakhula bengenabani, abotata babo bengekho ecaleni kwam, kodwa nganaba abazukulu bam endihleli nabo apha ekhaya. Abantwana bam aba siyazama ukuphila ngoba ke akukho mntu osebenza nabantwana ndithetha ngabo bam bonke abasebenzi. Siyaphila ngaloo ndlela, at least nje uba kuzaba nalo papanyana ekhona. Ndibakhulise kanjalo nabo nabazukulu ke sekunceda uba kunayo indaba yemali yegranti. Ngeli xesha bendikhulisa aba badala bekungekho granti, bendizama izikorobho ngoba ndingumntu ke ongasaphilanga kakuhle, andisakhona ubamba zikorobho. Ndingumntu ohlela apha ekhaya ndiphila ngayo yona loo granti. Ndicunzula kuyo ndiyothenga impuphu nokunxiba kwabona esikuba banxibe baye esikolweni banxiba kuyo yona le mali yegranti.
Molweni.
Molweni tata.
Ninjani?
Siyaphila enkosi njani?
Siyaphila kanjani
Oh, siyaphila.
Sanibona.
Ngiyakubona mntakwethu.
Molo sis. Ni right? Dankie molo. Ya ndikhumbula wena abanye zani babona. Ninjani sis? Siyaphila. Ninjani?
Phila kanjani?
Sharp. Molweni bantwana. Ninjani bona umnqosho?
Siyaphila.
Okay, nice. Wena ngubani igama lakho? Ngubani igama lakho? Bani? Wena? Wena?
Londeka.
Okay, mna ndinguSimphiwe ne? Yeah, put Simphiwe ne? Good. Yo, Magogo,
Tata.
tukahambele man. Sizonibona, yakhumbula benzile apha mos enyameni.
Ndiyakhumbula.
Uyakhumbula?
Yeah,
and then ibali lakho man, la azange leniphathe kamnandi.
ndiyabona.
Ndaqonda ngizawuhamba ndambe ngibuye ngenye imini.
Ewe.
Mhlambi ke ungahamba nami ke ndikubonise pha emotweni ba ndikuphathele ntoni gogo.
Nkosi yami. Andizuwa kodwa.
Hayi awucela. Ungawuzuka masami ngiza kubonisa. Awuzuka. Nansi ke into endize nayo for nina gogo. Kokwenu konke ukutya. Hayi sukhathazeka. Sukhala. Excuse me, gogo. Excuse me. Okwakho ukutya ma. Suka.
uSimphiwe ukumazi kwami ndimazi njengomuntu osihlala naye apha ekuhlaleni ene ungumuntu onenhliziyo enhle ungumuntu obakhathalelayo abantu apho eve khona ukuthi kunesikhalo uyakhona ukufikelela azomamela ukuthi ingxaki yakhona yintoni.
Ne? Gogo kuya kwami.
Wethu.
Ndiyafuna ndingapheleli apha ngoncedo lwami.
Kunjani?
Ndiqhubeke ndincede ke apho ndikwazi unceda khona apha ekhaya.
Kunjani?
Kodwa ke uyazi mos umuntu unbelieve mna umuntu kumele umnikeze inhlanzi gogo.
Kunjani?
Yabona? Umuntu kumele umnikeze into yokubamba inhlanzi, azibambele inhlanzi.
Kunjani?
So ikhona ingabe ikhona ke mhlawumbe indodakazi enematric apha ekhaya?
Ukhona.
Ukhona?
No, next one.
Okay. So ke isifiso sami ke gogo ngoba mna ndingumfoti ngiyafota.
Inkosi.
Ukuba mhlawumbi ke xa enomdla phofu ke wokufota ke I mean ingxaki ngokufota ayonto enzamenza abe nomdla mina kuyo ithatha ixesha uba umuntu azaphumelela if aphumelela. Yeah. So ndingambonisa uba kufotwa njani afunde mangabe una umdla wokufota. So ndingamenga uba ngophi lo kula muntu kulabantwana bakho
Uyena uGqibisuka.
ngomncinci okanye ngongakana ngomncinci. Sisinomvuyo. Mamela mani bencokola nomagogo ngokune. Ndisithi kuye ewe kuhle uba ndinincede ngoku. Nikwazi uba nento ngokuyotya. But esona sifiso sami kuba noko ndininikeze into yokubamba inhlanzi ndinganiphi inhlanzi. Nikwazi uba niqhubeke niphile ekhaya. Okay. So mina ke ndi-photographer mina nge-profession. Yeah. So into ebendingavuyela uyenza mangabe but if wena unomdla ngoba lokho aninakwenza izinto ngenamdla i-photography inochuku kumele ube nomdla wayo wena kumele uyithande. So ke mina ke ndinganceda mhlawumbi ke ndizame ke phandi ufuna ikhamera nyane ethile ndikubonise uyabona nawe apha elokishini uyayenza imali apha elokishini ukwazi ke xa kunamepati kunemitshato uhamba ufote uyaphila ngaloo nto beniphila ngayo nami. So ke into ke singamane siyincokolekileyo kuhambeni kwethuba kayinoba yinto yangoku ngoba senguDisemba ngoku. So ke if unomdla nyani ke nami ndinganceda apho ndinceda khona. Ungayenza loo naso isibindi sofota awukhathala abantu mane ngoba lokhu kuyafuneka kuziswa ngendlini siswa yaqona ngoba nizomane nihlala ngamalizwe kokoko. So hayi kuhle ke into enza kwenzeka ke ndizawuthatha inamba kagogo nani ithatha inamba yami then nomhlanga besame involve naye. But akuthi uba ndizawuhlala ndilapha mna undifonela xa unengxaki baSimphiwe ndenza njani xa kunje. Uyaqona mna ke ndizawumane ndizokucebisa kapho ndicebisa khona kodwa yona into ibalulekileyo kuwe kumele umane ushuta kokoko. Inkosi ke sisiwami ne inkosi gogo ne
Ngiyabulela
kakhulu. Thank you gogo. Hayi kuhle gogo.
Sikokubeke.
Sukhathazeka gogo. I really think it's important to pay forward, you know, because whichever little way that you touch someone else's life, it can mean a lot to them. Yes, we cannot change the world, but we can change the small surroundings or, you know, by reaching out to someone else. So for me, it's very important.
It's true.
It's unreal.